Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, I would like to give you my journal article mini review. Actually, this video is requested as my midterm exam in Business Valuation and Merger Acquisition class with Prof. Sembel. This article was published at one of reputable and famous consultant firms in the world, McKinsey. Actually, this article is created by Marco de Heer and Timothy M. Kollers and titled "Valuing Cyclical Companies." This article actually, published it 22 years ago, so it's quite old. But believe in me, it's still relevant nowadays, especially when you are interested in valuing a company. So first of all, the things that I will be covered throughout this video is about the background, summary of the main points, and also lesson learned based on the what I have read throughout this journal article. First of all, background of the article. You know, nowadays many people, especially the manager level, wanted to know and try to predict what happened in the future throughout their forecasting. This forecasting is really important to make sure there's a good strategy that they can handle and then they can process to make the optimization within the companies. So many people try to predict their companies, especially in terms of valuation within the revenue stream. But it is still not relevant if we use a kind of method in evaluations if you want to try predict a cyclical companies. Why? First of all, let's begin into what is the cyclical companies. The cyclical companies is the companies that reflect or the revenue itself reflect what happened in the economy. So they always follow the economic cycle. When the economic cycle is boom, the revenue is really high. But if this economic cycle is going down, their revenue will also paying lower and lows. The example of cyclical company is the traveling industry, chemical companies, or sometimes steel companies, and also laser companies. So, transportation is including one. Yeah, you can check it in Google for other example of cyclical company. Why cyclical company cannot be measured by normal discounted cash flow method? It is simply because this cyclical company it's having a revenue stream. Uh, like they have a volatile revenue stream. From the exhibit 1 and 2, you can actually recognize that the DCF itself it's not volatile as what the free cash flow itself happens. It is also reflected when we see the earning per share of the companies. It is not also as volatile as the what share price that's happened. So this year, discounted cash flow is cannot be used to measure, to value cyclical companies. Further, a lot of bias coming up when most of people, most of analysts try to predict a cyclical company using their earning per share. As you can see in the exhibit 3 here, the actual share price it's paying up and down. They fluctuate, but their forecast is always being in uptrend. So the fact and theory it's still contradictory. Moving forward to we already know about efficient market hypothesis. Most of people believe in this, and I'm one of the believer of market is efficient. At any point, a company or an industry could break out of its old cycle, move toward a new one that will be high, lower, or even being stagnation. That's why market is efficient. They reflect all the information that all people give into those. Either it could be created a new trend line, the uptrend or low trend, but also they can come back into their old trend. further, why market is smart. So the Heer and Koller itself try to use a perfect foresight by weighted the value of 15 companies that they choose. It is a cyclical companies one. And then they also try to do the 50-50 of perfect and zero foresight, and also the zero foresight. And did you know that the actual price of these 15 composite companies, it's not in the perfect foresight or the zero foresight. They're actually run, I mean, like in way of the 50% and 30% of perfect and zero foresight. So it's not wise to use the perfect or zero foresight. It is actual to do the 50-50 foresight itself. Further, from all of this, the Heer and Koller actually create a cookbook of how to value a cyclical company. I know Professor Damodaran already tried to use a new one, but believe me, try to this one is also have benefit for you. Step one, construct a value in the normal cycle scenario using information about the past cycle. But please make sure you only you pay attention into the long-term cash flow trend line. Since we know that discounted cash flow itself actually using the discount their the present value of this future value recognition of their revenue. So we ensure to not to do the long-term cash flow trend line rather than short-term one. Step two, construct a value with the new trend line scenario based on their recent performance. But again, please be make sure to use the long-term trend line. Step three, develop an economic rationale for each scenario. So you should weighted it. Please be consider of the growth of demand, technological changes, and also entry and exit factors of the economic itself. Step four is assign probabilities to each scenario, the normal cycle, the new trend line, and also the rational one, and try to calculate the weighted value. It is based on your assumption, so no one can be a uh, perfect in these assumptions. Sometimes, if you jump in into high number, there will be bias in that. To make sure, be wise in your judgment. I mean, like what the weighted value. So why market always seem bias itself? In this, I mean, in the reality, in the real world, the Heer and Koller find the fact that managers, it's sometimes exaggerate. I mean, like they make a worsen this cyclicality by initiating a big capital expenditure in terms when the price of the share price, I mean uh, the the economic conditions in high positions, and then they try to being ignorance to doing the big expansion, try to what saving when the price itself is going low. Why they do so? Since it's challenging for them as a CEO, you know. The conflict of interest to convince their investor or even the shareholders to grow when the future it's not good. I mean, like it's depressing. And then they can also reduce spendings when things going well. They usually follow what rivals, I mean, the competitors done. And also that's why they create cyclicality there. Maybe they can use, I mean, like they can try or take advantage when the price is high and price is low, but is this a contrarian? So we can rarely find to see the managers doing that. So what lesson learned that I got from this article? First, I know how to measure cyclical companies. Throughout the fourth step, how to do the measurement in cyclical companies, I'm really obviously know how to cyclical to how to value cyclical companies. But but make sure that you do the good assumption or judgment on that. Second, I still believe that market is efficient. We already know that market is reflecting all the information. So never try to beat the market. Either you will be beaten by the market itself. Third, information by analysts oftenly biased. Sometimes analysts can create an I mean, like they spread the confusedness in the market. So their predictions is actually based on what their interest in. So never apa ya, you only take some advantage of this analysis. Never true. I mean, like never 100% believe in your analysis. The fourth step is the fourth lesson learned is theory will rarely come through in practice. Maybe it's if someone told you that hey, if you can, if you are a CEO and then you can get apa namanya, you can ensure that your company can spend the big project, I mean the big capital expenditure when market condition is really low and the price is really low, you can get advantage because actually they can bounce back into the fair level. But actually, it is really hard to find it. Or you may wonder that you can take those kind of risks. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.